Hello again everyone, and welcome to the Back Garden Yard. In today's video I'm going to show you how to grow 100 pounds of tomatoes or more from just 5 plants. Now what we should do is we should look at last year's plants in June, and here they are. This was last year's plants growing up a trellis just like I'm going to plant them under this year. And you can see there are a ton of tomatoes in there. They're being sheltered from the heat by the leaves. I don't take off the leaders, and they will grow all the way to the top of the fence. And they'll put on. This was just in June, so there's not many ripe ones down there yet. But you will see as we plant these that they will make over 100 pounds. Now what I'm going to do first, I had an extra plant that came up in this pot, so I'm going to separate it first. I put some water in there, and then I very carefully let those wet roots disappear. And now I've got 2 plants. And so I had 4 plants out there, but I ended up planting 5. I thought I had room there. This is a 14-foot trellis, so I'm going to end up with 5 plants on this 14-foot section. And that's what I'm doing now, is just going ahead and transplanting this one here. Instead of planting it, I just put it in a pot. Later on, I'm putting it into the ground here. So we'll go ahead and finish fertilizing this. And now we're going to get ready, and we're going to dig our hole. And we are going to plant that plant that I just took out of that pot. So what we want to do is dig a very nice deep hole. It's kind of hard to see, but I have mounded the soil on both sides of this fence, so it's actually a mound we're planting in. So we're going to dig down to the bottom of this mound. And so I'm going to go ahead and just get that done. And here we go. I want a big deep hole, but I'm not going to plant them that deep. So what we're going to do is, after we get this hole dug, is we're going to get some of this Countryside manure and compost. And I'm using that this year. It's the very least expensive that I found, only $2.35 a bag, and that is versus the over $6.50 a bag they're wanting for Black Cow now. But I'm going to show you this stuff will grow some tomatoes too. And so I'm going to go ahead and I like to maybe 30-40% mixture of this and the garden soil. So I'll keep filling the hole here. It's going to take maybe 4 or 5 scoops. I think that's 4. Here comes number 5 scoop. Okay, and then I'm going to take a fistful of 10-10-10 fertilizer, and I'm going to throw that down in the hole. Now this is very important. A lot of people don't want to use bagged fertilizer like this, but now we're giving the plant everything it needs to grow. And what you want to do is you want to give it all this initially, and then you don't want to fertilize it again until after it blooms and sets fruit. And that is so important, because so many people mess up their tomatoes by not fertilizing properly. What they'll do is they will fertilize it initially, and then they don't think the plants are growing enough, and then right before they start blooming, or as they start blooming, they fertilize it again. And what that does is cause it to put on a whole lot more growth. Well, that growth is good, but then a lot of times the blooms will fall off. It won't set fruit. So it's very important to go ahead and give it that good boost of fertilizer. Then as soon as you put it in the hole, put it to the top of the soil, but not way down deep, because the roots are going to go way down, and they're going to go down fast. So then go ahead and give it a good dose of water. water it again later on, then water it that night. You can't overwater a brand new transplanted tomato. You don't want to let it sit in water though. You want to make sure the water's going on down into the soil. So now we're planting tomato number 2, and we're going to do exactly the same thing. We're going to get a bunch of the cow manure and compost mixture, and we're going to throw it in the hole. That's going to take just a minute. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and plant these 2 tomatoes, and then I will come back and show you how the first 4 looked. And then of course I ended up planting 1 more to make 5. So the title of the video is 5 tomatoes makes 100 pounds. And you see I'm pulling in that garden soil, and we're gonna mix it up good. You really want to mix it up good, because I threw a nice fistful of 10-10-10 in there, and if the roots were to get into a concentration of 10-10-10, that would burn it, and it might even kill it. So you've got to be careful to mix it good. Now notice I'm putting that just right so that when I pull the dirt around, it's up on top. The plant is on top of that mound. We're going to go ahead and we're going to water it. A lot of people sink them way too deep. The roots are going to go down. They're not going up. You'll find out that all you need to do is put them in there, and the roots will go down and find the level. So now what I'm going to do is let them grow for just a few days, and then I will pull the dirt that you can see. There's a lot of loose dirt around there. I'll pull that up all the way to where the new leaves are growing. I'll take the very bottom leaves, especially if they've touched a little bit of dirt. I'll go ahead and take them off, but I'm not going to do that now, because I don't want the plants to lose enough of that photosynthesis that they're going to make from all those leaves. A lot of people pull too many leaves off initially, and it takes the plants longer to recover from transplanting. So I'll leave those on, and then I'll take them off later and pull the dirt up into a mound around the plant. And so that's what we have done. And now I'm going to go and finish the other 4. All right, I've got them finished, and this is how they look. I'll give you a close-up here. And so you can see it's just sitting there just as happy as it can be. This one here the same way. And once again, here's number 3, and here's number 4. So if you like content like this, please like and subscribe, and we will see you on the next video.